Hi everybody, it's Brad with the Big Family Homestead, and in this video we are talking homesteading basics, more specifically goats. And I also have a special request. We have added a new goat to our goat herd family, and I need your help naming this beast. So let's get cracking. Now, in my humble opinion, every homestead that has the space should probably seriously consider having goats. In this video, we're gonna go ahead and touch like an overview over some of the many benefits of having goats for your homestead. And also, like I said before, we've got a naming job to do. We've got a new goat, and I'm gonna show you her, well, actually right now, and then we'll go over all this stuff. But goats, yay! So here, with the raging cool goatee, is our new goat. We have not yet named her. We made a deal with a family in Indiana who was really, really cool. Awesome family. And this goat is already pregnant. She has got a couple kids waiting to be born. I believe we're gonna see them, I think they said 2 more weeks. She's still not really used to us, but she's got that raging cool goatee. Check that out. She's got wattles there. And this one needs a name. I don't know, what do you think? So one of the really cool reasons why we like to have goats on our homestead, well, for us, probably the single biggest reason is the milk. Now, our goats, well, Petunia, and we've got a new one who's going to be having kids soon, so she'll be in milk soon, but Petunia gives us right around 3/4 to a half gallon of milk every day. And she's milked twice a day. But then we can turn that milk obviously into, well, you can drink it, and that's all well and good. I'm not gonna get into the health benefits, but you can check them out. They are amazing. And, but since this is, the kind of thing where you've got the pasteurization crowd and then the raw crowd, I'm not gonna get into that fight, but we consume it ourselves and have no issue, and it's really a great health benefit, but you check that out for yourself. I'm not a doctor, I'm not saying anything either way. I'm just saying what we do, but you can also use that milk to make goat cheese, which we do regularly, and it's a big hit at, church and all the different places. You can, we trade it, all kinds of people around here really enjoy it, so, you can use it as a barter item. Another cool thing about having goats is they're a great source of protein. Now, we personally don't raise our goats as meat, but you certainly can, and they're not that cost, prohibitive. It's a great return on your investment. If you're doing that, if you're raising the animals to be a protein source, it's not that much money for what you get. I mean, it's not as good as rabbits, mind you, but goats are a solid source of protein, and you don't have to lay out a ton of cash to get that protein. So another thing with goats is they're not really picky about their residence, I guess you could say, as long as you can keep them warm relatively. I mean, they're cold hardy animals, but you don't want them sitting in a foot of snow either. But basically, as you can see here, it's a basic, we changed a dog kennel, strapped some tarps on it, and we've got actually some pallets so they can get up off the ground. We move this around pretty much every few days, and we've started staking it to the ground just in case a coyote were try to get in here. But basically, goats don't need a whole lot of, let's say, luxury in terms of their abode. So that is a plus as well. And in our experience, the goats have been really a lot of fun. Each one of them has its own unique personality, and well, it's kind of like a pet in a lot of ways. They get to know you, know your habits, and it's really a lot of fun. Just a silly for instance, our goat Petunia now, we've got her to the point where in the evening milking time, she'll come over and wait right at the fence while the other goats are put away into the pen and fed and watered, but she knows that she's getting ready to get over to the milking stand and get a little treat. So she'll stand there and wait very patiently, and then you can pretty much just open up the top little rung of our electric fence. She'll jump it, go stand up out there on the milking stand and wait to be milked. And she's got her own little personality. She can be snotty sometimes, but most of the time, she's really a lot of fun. And actually, it's really silly to watch her, you know, every once in a while she'll get in this like, this, I don't even know what you would call it, but she gets all playful and wants to buck around and jump, and she kind of teases you into saying, I'm not gonna, you know, go to bed now when it's time to get her in her pen, and she'll, like a dog, like playing, you know, one-on-one fun stuff. So goats are really a lot of fun. We have been very fortunate with our goats in that they don't really try to challenge the fence. We use these step-in posts and a solar-powered electric fence, and they pretty much don't try to leave. I mean, they get zapped once or twice, and then that was that. It was no issue at all, and we didn't have to run electric out here because, like I said, it's solar-powered. And oh, another thing too, you don't need a ton of room. I mean, if you can see from this edge all the way over to that corner over there, I'm guessing that's a couple 100 feet, no real big deal. And so it's not a lot of space. I mean, the goat yard is the goat yard. It just, you give them your hay in the winter and you supplement with grains and stuff, so they don't need a ton of room. Now, there are those who might say, well, you know, isn't it just cheaper to go and buy a gallon of milk from the store, or, you know, the cheese is cheaper, or this or that? And to that point, I will say this. You know, I want to know where my food is coming from. I want to know that the animals that produced that food were treated well. I want to be as chemical free as I possibly can. And so if I have to go ahead and go to the extent of raising my own animals, my own chickens, my own this, my own that, for the health benefits of, and well, the moral issue of treating the animals well, if that's gonna cost me a little bit more, well, so be it. And I really don't have an issue with that, because I think that it's a very important thing to know what's going in your body, and also to be, well, kind to these animals. And also too, to that point, the idea that, you know, there's a lot of people right now that are kind of concerned about the, well, the state of the country, and there are many people that feel like there might be some kind of a financial problem coming, it's brewing, you know, the stock market, this, that. So I would challenge you also to just kind of put this as a, you know, a little sliver in the back of your brain that, you know, sure, you can go buy a gallon of milk for $3.50 or whatever it is where you are right now today, but what if you couldn't get it? Then what is it worth? What if all of a sudden you could not go to the store and there would be milk on that shelf and or cheese and or any of all the dairy stuff that we've come to know and love? I mean, do you just deal without it? I guess you would have to. I won't. As long as we can keep our herd healthy and happy, we're gonna have that, you know, fresh, healthy milk, cheese, all of those things, whether the, you know, the store gets resupplied or not. So for me, that's another huge benefit of having your own livestock, specifically in this video, goats. Now, as with any animal, you're going to have issues with care, and that's gonna take time. You gotta keep these guys' hooves trimmed. You gotta watch out for parasites and other nasty wasties. But generally, these guys are not a ton of work. They are really, really fairly simple. You'll have to check into whether or not that's an investment in time that you're willing to make, but for us, it is well worth the effort. So there you have it, folks. If you have the space and the means, I would seriously challenge you to consider having goats on your homestead. Well, you've seen all the benefits, and that's not even all of them. Actually, if I've missed a benefit that you think should be, you know, brought to the forefront of people's minds before they go out and get a herd of their own, please put it in the comments section below. I'd love to hear your comments, because, you know, hey, I'm only one guy and everybody comes at these things differently, and these are just my opinions. So there you have it. Add your voice to the conversation. If you like the video, please pass it around. I'm Brad with Big Family Homestead, and you guys have an amazing day.